I'm Stephen Scarth, I'm Head of Public Services up here at PRONI. Today is the first of 4 lectures this week. All take place at 1 p.m, all in this room. So there'll be talks on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And this is to tie into our PRONI Centenary programme. We were 100 back in June, and we've been marking the anniversary all year until March, which is the 100th anniversary when we open to the public. Today's speakers, this week's speakers are all being provided by North of Ireland, who we've worked with quite a bit over the years. And hopefully you'll hear some new things. Well, that's what we're hoping for this series. So before I ask Andrew to speak, just wanted to do a bit of the housekeeping. There's just set your phones to silent, please. There's no PRONI has no parking. All the parking in this area is paying display, so just to encourage those who may not have paid to pay and also display. There's no planned fire evacuation. Apologies to anybody who heard this earlier. There's no planned fire evacuation, so in the event that the fire alarm goes, please assemble at the ARC apartments on the other side of Greens Road. And finally, just to let you know, this talk is being recorded and will go out on the PRONI YouTube channel. I have one last thing to say, and that's this: we are doing a behind-the-scenes tour. Is it behind the scenes? Sorry, we're doing it. There is a tour taking place immediately after this presentation, and if you congregate in the atrium at 2:15, Rebecca will be taking you on a tour of the public areas. Thanks. That's all I have to say. It's my pleasure to pass over to Andrew. Thank you.
Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me all right? That's good volume. That's not very right. Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you about the North of Ireland Family History Society and basically what we do and how we can help you. So I just start off. Who are we? Well, first of all, we're a charity. Our purpose is to promote and encourage the public and personal study of worldwide family history, genealogy, heraldry and local history, but with particular reference to the North of Ireland. So we don't just cover Northern Ireland, we cover the entire, the 9 counties of Ulster. We are completely staffed and managed by volunteers, so we don't undertake paid work for people. We're just really there to help our members and to provide the promotion there that we talk about in our statement. Unlike PRONI, who've been going for 100 years, we are just coming up to our 45th birthday in the autumn. So we've been going strong and getting better every year. We've over 1,000 members currently, not just in the North of Ireland, but throughout the world. So where can you access our services or join us? That map shows the 9 branches which we currently have in Northern Ireland. You can see there that we're pretty much in the east of the province at the moment. We have in the past had branches in Donegal, Fermanagh, Armagh, and another branch in Tyrone. But we've kind of consolidated, I think, with COVID and everything, the idea of having a local meeting has it was harder to generate that kind of throughput, so it's much easier for people to just join one of the more active and populated branches rather than do their own thing. But having said that, we are keen. If anybody wants to set up a branch in their area, we would certainly willing to support that and keen to do so. As said, with 9 county. Our administration and library is in Belfast. Well, it's really in Newton Abbey, but it's up in the north of Belfast, and that's where we have our premises. And as I say, we have members across the world. This is where our library is. It's just there's the motorway. That's down past the Valley Leisure Centre, and there's a big roundabout there at the bottom of Carnmoney Cemetery. We're in the business park just across the road from the cemetery in a unit called C4 and C6, 2 units in there. So this is what the premises contain inside. You see we have a lot of space with a library with all the usual Irish local histories and church histories and various records like that. And workplaces, workstations for people to do their research. With computers as well with Find My Past. In there we have a journal room with various family history and local history journals. We have a map room with street directories and other material in here. And then we have a small lecture room at the end, which we can use for meetings as well. And we're actually rejigging our premises, so it won't necessarily look like that come the end of the summer, but that's what it looks like at the minute. So I've shown you there our current branches. We're mirroring, a lot of our branches are trying to mirror the local council areas in which they fall. So we've got a Foyle branch up in the northwest, at Derry and Strabane. We have the Causeway, Coast and Glens branch, which meets in Coleraine. We have Antrim and Newtonabbey branch, which meets in Mossley Mill. We have Larne and Ballymena are still separate branches, but they're within the same council area. Then we have Belfast, Lisburn, and we have a Killaloe branch in County Down, and a Tyrone branch as well, which meets in Oman. So that's our current setup. When can you access our services? Well, if you look at our website, you'll see when branch meetings and courses are being held, either by the individual branches around the province or at our library in Newtonabbey. So, for example, the Causeway, Coast and Glens branch, they meet on the last Tuesday of every month at 8 p.m. in the Sandal Centre in Coleraine. And if you want to join up super quick, we're doing a members workshop this next Tuesday, being the last Tuesday of the month, and that's just where people will come in and talk about particular areas to small groups who have a particular interest in land records or censuses or just births, marriages and deaths or whatever, but there'll be people there to help out and get people over their brick walls. The library itself is currently open from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. We had, before COVID, also Thursday and some Saturday openings, and we are working back towards that, but as I say, we are all volunteers, so it takes a wee bit of coordinating to get things done. And we do open on request, so for example, visitors from abroad can come, and if they don't happen to be available on Tuesday or another day that it's open, we will open up specially. And each branch has a key holder that can access the library for their own branch members. So quite often the branch, particularly the country branches, they will organise one of their monthly meetings in the year. Could well be a visit to the library, just get everybody access to all the materials that's there. And obviously our website provides some information all the time. It's nifhs.org. So what we offer to our members is we have meetings, monthly meetings in each of our branches. We have a journal which comes out twice a year. We have the library, which has got excellent facilities for research, and we run courses for our members as well. And non-members, they are available. You can pay to attend the courses as well, even if you are a non-member. We've got a very big emphasis on DNA. We're lucky that we have expertise within the branch, which is able to help. Now, DNA and actual physical research, they really complement each other. You can't really get the most out of one without the other. They certainly help connect people, and then you can work back using the paper documents, and sometimes the paper documents have gaps that you require the DNA evidence for, but working together, it really gives you the whole package of family history research. And as I say, on our website we have a members area members can log in and access materials and databases that are on the website. So basically the branch is the fundamental unit of the society. It's where most of the activities are. It's where people meet, mostly face to face. And if you're a member, that's really the people that you will be most in touch with. They do monthly talks or trips. They do local projects, transcription projects and so on, which they can publish. They have active committees organising things of interest specifically to the local membership. And basically it's all about helping each other in our research into our own families. So branches tend to be very sociable. We tend to have an hour for the talk and then an hour to hang around, drink tea and coffee and chat, which is always very useful. That's when you really learn the really interesting stuff. That's, oh, I know that such and such business has business records that list all their staff going back, or I know where the school record for such and such is. It's everybody who's been working in the local area. They know the local resources and they know the local area. So that's where you really pick up little snippets of information that just coming to PRONI and doing a search, while it really helps cut things down and direct you in the right direction. So there's the sample branch programme for this year. For the Causeway branch, again, we've had a speaker from the General Registrar's Office. We've had a talk on townlands. We've had a talk on Mark Kerr's tour. He was the husband of the Countess of Antrim, and it was a lot of details and old pictures of North Antrim going back a couple of 100 years ago. Then last month we heard about maximising the census. And this month, as I say, we have a members workshop, and next month is the history of the Royal Irish Constabulary, the Ordnance Survey memoirs in April, and a local family, Stewarts of Ballyhivstock, in May. So you can see the sort of variety of talks that people are getting, and those are the sort of, that's mirrored in most of the societies, that sort of different talk. We run in Causeway hybrid meetings, so people can attend in person, or they can join. Members can get a link to join the meeting online, watch it from the comfort of their own home. We don't provide tea and coffee afterwards for those people, so they're on their own. So if you have no local branch, you still can get something out of the society. There's Zoom meetings, as I say. Some branches have difficulty with the hybrid meeting, and they have gone to alternating between 1 month they will have an in-person meeting, following month they'll have a Zoom meeting, and then back to in-person. Just so there's always something. We're always conscious that although we are a local branch, quite often your members are people whose family have come from that area rather than people who live in that area. So they could be anywhere in the world and want to go to Larne branch meetings because their ancestors were from Larne. So it's important that we do provide access, and the pandemic had one good thing: it taught us all how to get out there and broadcast to the world. We provide the journals and the regular e-newsletters. There is our journal. It comes out twice a year. That was the one for winter last year. It's full of articles. A lot of them are provided by our members or local genealogists or just anybody with an interest that has submitted an article, and they're usually very, very informative. As well as that, JSTOR, has anybody heard of JSTOR? Yeah, some. It's very useful. It's an online data it's a website which basically has uploaded an awful lot of journals, either of societies or of academic journals and various other bits and pieces, papers and so on. And if you're a member of that, then you can access all those papers, and that comes free with membership of NIFHS. As I say, there's a members area on the website, which I'll come back to, and we also provide lookups and advice to people who get in touch. People obviously who are abroad want to look something up in the library. If you're a member, someone who, whenever they're in opening up for the general public on a Tuesday, will do a lookup for you and email you the information. And we actually, that was one thing we started doing during the pandemic as well. We started to do live lookups. So we were actually on Zoom and somebody would come on and ask about such, so you could get out the book in front of them and say, well, this says this and so on. But that's kind of, we don't know whether we will reintroduce that or reintroduce the Thursday opening at the moment. But there are going to be lookups available. And obviously you can participate in our transcription and other projects no matter where you are in the world. Or you can just help start a new branch if there's none local to you. So this is JSTOR. So you can see here I've logged in and I've looked for Coleraine, and it just gives you a list of all the 5,823 articles that mention Coleraine. You can go through those, you can read them online, you can download them as a PDF, and it's a fantastic way of getting at a lot of journals which are hard to get and not really generally available, particularly the academic-y ones, but there's lots of really useful stuff. See, there's the Ulster Journal of Archaeology, North Irish Roots itself, our own journal, and what was that one? That's Theatre Ireland. So there, lots of different disciplines, but all coming together, just looking for the local area. You can search for a family name or whatever. So, let's say our journal's on it, lots of academic articles and downloadable. Another thing which we find is a great boon of membership is the profile forms. Every member is invited to complete one of these when you join, and you can renew it each year or as and when you like. You put down your surnames you're interested in researching, where and where. You can opt out of having it published by ticking that little box if you don't want people to know about it, but really you want people to know about it because that's where you're going to get people contacting you saying, well, I've already researched such and such a family in that area and I've got this, but I've hit a dead end, can we share? That sort of stuff. As I say, it's optional whether you want it published. It is fully GDPR compliant. Your personal details are not going to be out there. And summaries of these as they come in are published in branch newsletters and on branch websites as well as in the journal. So you can see there, that's typically a page from the journal. It just says the name of the family, the place, the time period you're looking at, and it gives a member number. So you just contact the society saying member number B1857 is interested in the Adcock family. I also am interested. Can you give them my email to contact me? So on. It's a great way of networking. This is inside our actual library. This is the library that was on the extreme right of the plan you saw earlier. You can see there people were beavering away and happy to be doing it. We have maps, street directories, the local and family histories, church histories, ordnance survey memoirs. We have Find My Past on a laptop, and we have the catalogue of all the materials that are in our library is on the website, and you can download that as a PDF and search it. So maps, we have the old 6-inch to a mile maps, which you can, I'm always looking for these upstairs whenever you're looking for, do you want to look, see if there's a tithe map or a 1630s townland valuation map or a Griffiths map for a particular area. The index only tells you the number, the county number of the map. On the wall above our map cupboard is this wonderful map which somebody has drawn out and shown you the map number for each particular area. So you don't need to go, if you live in, let's say you live in Ballycastle and you want to know which map to look at, you know it's going to be County Antrim 5 and 9 are the ones, because that's where Ballycastle is. Whereas if you look at the PRONI index, it will only say you could be able to order County Antrim number 5, but it won't tell you necessarily what areas that covers. But this is a great boon to that. And then of course we've all sorts of maps all the way through up to the new Ordnance Survey Discoverer series, which has very, very helpfully the Townland map on the reverse. Unfortunately, the Ordnance Survey introduced that brilliant facility just about the time nobody buys maps anymore. Everybody just looks at them on their phone or online. But that is, and we have a lot of those maps in the, I'm not sure if they cover the entire province, but so you can consult those and see exactly what houses are within a townland and where it lies in relation to the rest of the country. Special collections in our library with some rare books. We have the Presbyterian Historical Society of Ireland correspondence files, which is a brilliant resource. We have all the transcriptions done by our members. We have the Northern Ireland registration indexes. If you're familiar from the old days where you would look up a list of names and it would give you a quarter, volume and page number for a year for each birth or death or marriage, and then you had to go along and look those up. Those records are available online for Ireland as a whole up to partition, but from 1921 on, the Northern Ireland ones are not available, and you have to go onto the website, which the PRONI website, which costs you money. We have the original indexes coming up to the 1970s, the printed volumes, so you can use that. And we also have a very useful collection of Belfast marriage licenses. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a minute. And we also have other bunches of records that have been donated to the Society, like solicitors' files or undertakers' records, all very interesting stuff that isn't in PRONI, but it's with us instead. So it's worthwhile looking at what we have there. Again, if you consult the website, it gives you a list of what's available. We also encourage our members to submit their family trees. So we have got we've got a big shelf of all the family trees that have been filed by members, and that we also include ancestry charts in that. And we have all our members' interests available to consult there, so you can see who else is looking into the family you're looking into. So this is just an example of a few of the rare books. We have the Memorials of the Dead are available here upstairs and in the London Hall Library, that I'm not aware of anywhere else in Northern Ireland that you can consult those. So they're very worthwhile for old gravestone inscriptions the transcriptions were made from the 1880s, 90s, so they're well over 100 years old. A lot of those gravestones are no longer readable, so whenever modern transcriptions are made of headstones, they may well be missed. So if you're looking for really old gravestones, they're really useful. We have old histories, the George Hill ones particularly good for Down and Antrim. Various things like that there. We have the Heritage, the book about Northern Irish Jewish community, and we have the Presbyterian World War I Roll of Honour, which lists the members of each Presbyterian congregation who served in the First World War. Not just those, obviously you can consult the War Graves Commission for fatalities, but these are people who signed up rather than who died. So the Presbyterian Historical Society of Ireland is based in Belfast, and they have records of their own, a library that's well worth visiting. But their correspondence files where people have written in asking for research and so on, they are lodged permanently with us. So it covers all of Ireland. They're the correspondence files of that society, and we have them all on permanent loan, because we have the manpower to cross-reference them and find out what what family names were, so on, and make them available to the public. So you can see here, this is just an example that I found in my own research. The minister of Glenarm Presbyterian Church in the 1940s was a very keen genealogist. So anybody who wrote inquiring about people in Glenarm area, they got very thorough replies and give all sorts of details and so on. So you can find all sorts of snippets of information that you wouldn't necessarily come across or know about any other way, and it's all to do with connecting researchers and helping each other. So we've been fully indexed, including all the names mentioned within them. Transcriptions, I know that you're going to get a talk if you're here later in the week about our transcriptions. We've transcribed gravestones, church records, civil records, newspaper, birth, marriage and deaths ads, and there we have hundreds of thousands of entries. Some of the churches that we have done are not available in PRONI because their registers are still held by the local church and have not been microphoned. So it really is a unique and very wide resource. The person in charge of our transcriptions, who you're going to hear from, I think it's Friday, she writes an introduction to each one as well, where she pulls out points of interest, which I always find really, really interesting. Even if it's not a particular interest to your family, it really gives an insight into the lives of people in the past. So that's one big reason why people join the society, is to access that. And then once they've accessed it, we quite often get them to assist us to do more transcriptions. So our other collections, as I say, we have the PRONI indexes from 1921, which aren't available online. We have the marriage licenses, which give information which is not available on the civil certificates. So this is, you probably can't see that at all, but that's what they look like. It gives you the name and surname of the parties to the marriage, all the information, condition, rank or profession, age, and dwelling place, which you should get on a marriage certificate. But it also goes on to say how many years have you lived in that house, where do you attend, which church do you attend, and where are you going to be married. So there's lots of little extra snippets of information. Quite often you find that the dwelling place on a marriage certificate is extremely general, like Belfast or something like that, whereas this will give you an actual townland or street address, and is much more user-friendly. So as I said about the solicitors and undertakers firms who've deposited records with us, look at our website to see if they cover your area. And the members' research interests and ancestor charts are obviously individual to our society because they're submitted by our members. Our courses their program is currently being provided online mostly, occasional in-person courses in Newton Abbey. We have a large program of topics of interest to the wider society, including a lot of DNA assistance. They're open to non-members, there is a charge, and they are very popular, so you need to book in advance. You're also going to get a talk later in the week about our DNA project group. Now, we run this along with Family Tree DNA. There are, as you can see, currently 9,169 members of our DNA project, which means that, and those are obviously, seeing as we've only 1,000 members, it's obviously open to non-members. And we would really recommend people take this test and join this group because we've got such a large number of people with ancestry in the north of Ireland within that in one place. Very often you find that all your matches are coming from people in America or Australia who have emigrated, and they're trying to find people back home. But people back home haven't necessarily tested with Ancestry or whoever they have tested with. Whereas because there is a discount for members of the Family History Society to do that, and we push it, to everybody else. The more people who test here, the better for us all to connect up. So large sample group, locally based. So that's a really big selling point for it. So you can get a kit from the desk out in the foyer there afterwards. Here's our website. It's currently being redeveloped at the moment, so it's going to look very different from that, hopefully within the next few months. So you can see there just publications, and it has, you can click for membership or branch events or so on. Various branches have websites or Facebook pages as well. You can see this is the website for the Causeway Coast and Glens branch, and they have a lot of local records that local churches have given permission to the society to have locally. So they're on the Causeway website. So join us. We have great events, fabulous resource centre. We'll do lookups and connect you with other people who are interested in the same area. Friendly, and most important thing is local knowledge. And you can, once you're a member of the society, whichever branch you join, you can attend all of the branches. And you can get a join via our website. So, anybody got any questions?